Hello and welcome to Two Indoor Gaming, and here we are in Life in the Village, and look at me, I have a magic wand and a big pickaxe. Why is that? Well, today I want to focus on a couple of things, just to help improve the Life in the Village experience, a couple of things that I've been delving into. See, this setting I've chosen, I love it, I really do love it, but I don't want it to be terracotta, I want it to be dirt. And that's painful, as you can see, trying to get all of the terracotta. How do I do it? How do I switch to dirt? What's the easiest way? Well, I've been doing it the slow way and trying to get it the fast way, and it's just made me learn something, and I thought I would share that. The whole one thing is not new, and if I did that, that would be disastrous, because I would just put a whole nother layer of terracotta on there for me. But not a good idea, because whatever you point at is what it's basing it off. Now I actually want to turn it to grass, but there's only two little bits of grass, so it goes like that. Not very much, but if I do that, it'll fill it up with terracotta. No, I've done this so that I don't have to. Now this is pretty slow because I'm doing it bit by bit, and I've excavated it out the slow way. But if I do that, I go, oh look, it's going to fill it all in for me. But that's a mistake. Be very careful with this, because of course, what block am I pointing at? I'm not pointing at dirt, am I? No, I am very much pointing at terracotta. That will fill up the trench that I have dug with terracotta again. Not what you want. Be very careful. It's so easy to do that, and yeah, get it all wrong. You get a little blood rush and think, oh, I can fill it all in at once. Nope, and nope, nope. Okay, so that's pretty slow, right? Yeah, that's very slow. So, wow, we need to get rid of more of this terracotta. And that's great for using your excavate key. Yay, excavate works wonders, right? But there's issues with excavate, and I'm going to run through getting the most out of excavate, because I've just been using it on its most basic functions up to this point, and that is really silly, because oh gee, that cloud trips me out, because there's so much more to it. Yes, there is so much more to it, and I want to show you a few of those other aspects to it, because of course you have, well, not of course, I always say of course, but it's not always of course, because it's not always obvious. Well, certainly not to me, maybe to other people, but not to me. I'm going to go up to this. I wanted to get rid of this hill anyway, so I feel like I can go crazy here, and it's not going to affect or create more work for myself, which is an ideal I like to have. No extra work. Grind is not my fun place to be. Sometimes I like a soothing sort of place. I thought that was a mob, but it's just a chicken coming to say hello. Hello. Is it yes, it is a chicken. They do look a little bit like ducks. Anyway, so excavate. I've just been using it as it comes. The basic function, right, which is basically that you hold down your key, whatever your excavate key is. I've got it on mouse button 5, and it'll go boom, and it'll take a whole bunch out for you of the same block, right? And it will extend out. It's got a limit. It's like 16 away from you, but it'll basically just take whatever chunk it can get. Now it's switched to a different item here, a different type of block, so that's why it only took out that top level. But this one, it should be too deep. Oh, I've already used up my pickaxe. Okay, let's fix that back up so I can keep going. But if I do this here, it's going to take out, oh, it's another one layer. I thought, yeah, here we go, there, that's demonstrating it. So it just takes a whole chunk. Boom, that's the default. It will take a whole chunk, and whether you hit it on the side or the top, it sort of tends to set sort of what direction it will go out to. It's somewhat directional, but it is pretty much, it'll just take a mega chunk. But if I hit the side of the block, it will sort of spread out more that way rather than up and down, but it's just got a really broad sort of attack on it. Now I looked into it and I was trying to work stuff out. I've got to fix it again. I need a better option. Maybe I should go with the iron pickaxe for now. Yeah, I've got enough to reboot it. You can shape it. it has shapes. Now, to work out your shape button, no, that's the wrong one. Press your escape. Go to your mod options. We'll just search for it. OreExcavation in the config. It shows here it's got shapes on. That's the default. Okay, so you've got that allow shapes. So if it's not working for you, just check that you haven't turned it off somehow. Okay, allow shapes. Now we go to our options controls. If you scroll down to OreExcavation, notice there's two options. There's excavate, which I've got a button 5, and then there's shape toggle or edit. So button 4, I've got that set. I think the default is V, but there's like 500 other different things on V, so it won't work for you. You'll have to change it to something where there's no conflict. Okay, so I put it on button 4 because it's easy. I'm already used to going to button 5 for excavate, so toggle it, it just makes sense for me. But whatever you've set up, your default for your excavate, you can put it nearby or whatever makes sense to you. Anyway, so I've got that set there. Now if I press my button 4, you'll see down the bottom left there, it says excavate shape 1 times 2. What that means is, if I, no, the wall will be better. 1 times 2 is, I'm not pressing my excavate button. It will go, it's 1 wide, and it'll go 2 deep. So if I go here, you'll notice it went the maximum allowed distance in front of me, but only 2 deep and 1 wide. Okay, so if you want to do a tunnel, you want to make yourself a tunnel, that's your perfect setting. Boom, straight through. Do it again. I'm getting myself a tunnel every time. Okay, and if you just do it on top of the block, it pretty much only does a couple. It doesn't do a lot. But you do it to the side of the block and it'll get you a nice tunnel going for you. Okay, so that's 1 times 2. I press it again, I've got 5 times 1. And again, hold down excavate, boom. 5 wide, 1 deep. Now you might be going, oh wow, that's pretty handy. So, but you don't actually have that option. You don't actually have that option. Do you know why? Because I added it. You have to add it too if you want that. And this is the thing. The defaults are 2 times 1, 3 times 3. Hey, get off it. I'll hit you with my pickaxe. Talking here. Default is 2 times 1. 1 times 2. What was it again? 3 by 3. 1 times 2. 3 by 3 and 5 by 5. So I go back to, where are we? 3, I'm cycling through them all. Too crazy. 3 by 3. So this is the default you'll have. There we go, 3 by 3. Boom, there's a mega tunnel. You go down, and it just does a 3 by 3. I'm trailing a whole bunch of stuff behind me because I've got my magnet on. Let's take some of this stuff out. So I don't need it all right now. Ooh, I managed to break my iron pickaxe now. Of course. So we just fix that back up. So there's 3 by 3, and then you can click it one more time and you get your 5 by 5. And that's going to be pretty huge. Whomp! So again, so that's how the excavate, the defaults work for you. I'm still trailing stuff because I just picked up a whole heap extra, didn't I? Boop, boop, boop. But I added in the extra one. Sorry, 5 by 1, because the problem is when I'm doing my little lawn, I guess you'd call it. Which direction am I facing? Where? Here we are. When I'm doing my little lawn, oh, look at the creeper convention. They're just sitting around talking about, oh, so you're going to die today? Oh, depends if there's somebody I can explode on. How about you? Yes, I'd like to explode. Ah, I missed. Well, that was cavalier of me, but terracotta is obviously hard enough that you couldn't do a lot of damage with it. Yes. Well, a few of them got their wish today. Though they did not kill me, though they tried their best. Did not manage it. So, yes, because I am trying, of course, to just take the top layer. I don't want to take out the next layer, because if I take out the next layer, then it just means I have to refill it with something else. I don't want to do that. It's just creating more work for me. And I was playing around, trying to get the 2x1, trying to get the defaults, trying to work out if I hit it on the top, if I hit it on the side, would it work? What about if I did it this way? None of it was working for me. So I just decided to go into the code and work out if I could change it and make it better. And I managed it. There you were. You just gotta have the will to learn. So let me switch it back to the one I want. So this one is 5x1 rather than 1x2 or 3x3 or whatever. It's 5x1, so it means 5 wide, but only 1 deep. So perfect for what I need. Just clear out that top layer, and then when I need to put in this, it's going to put in a proper layer for me. Oh, go away, shrimpy. This is a problem with doing anything at night time. You're just trying to focus, and they're bothering you the whole time. Anybody else? There's plenty of people around. I almost activated that dude. I really should have just slept in the bed so you didn't have to put up with all of this, but anyway. So, how did I do it? How did I manage it? You're asking yourself. Well, I'll put the code down below, or if I can work out how to put the config file on one of those file sharing bizzos, I can link to that for you. Depends if I manage that in time. But I'll show you the actual code. I'll be back in a second. Okay, well, first I wanted to show you how to get to this particular file. So if you go into your mod pack, you can either, in the main page, you can right click on it and choose open folder. Otherwise you can go over here, so you got to open folder, you click on that, it will take you to where on your hard drive I've stored the files for Life in the Village. So let's click on it, we'll skip over to there now. Okay, so you get to this page, it'll show you all your Life in the Village where the instance is stored. You go to your config files, pretty simple, and then if you scroll down you'll get to OreExcavate. We've got 4 different files for it. The one we're looking for is OreExcavation shapes. Now you open this up, it's not going to have this one, but it is going to have these 3 shapes here. All I did was basically follow the same format, and I just added 5x1 and then added the X's on that. So you can either add it in like I have, or change it to whatever you want. You can put in as many different shapes as you like and go crazy. So that is pretty simple. In the end, I just had to work out how to do it. So yeah, that's how I changed it. Like I said, I'll provide links so that you can change it too. Alright, let's get back to the game. See, back to game. Right, so that's how I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff, and it's going to be a lot quicker than digging out block by block. Especially combining with the diamond wand, you can use the lesser wand to just break more often. Yeah, so that's going to make this whole process a lot quicker than taking out block by block, but I've already made a bunch of mistakes by doing this and doing the wrong thing, so take care with such things, or you too shall know my pain. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to show you, of course, is now that I'm taking out all that terracotta, and you can see in my backpack here, I got so much terracotta, which I don't really want hanging about, but I may find a use for it. You don't know, right? See, I'm a pack rat. I'm not going to throw it away just in case I need a mega pile of terracotta. Now, I've put the terracotta in my little basic drawer, but I've already filled it up because it only holds 32 in its 32 stacks. That's its default. I can make a whole another storage drawer and put 32 more stacks in it. But that just means more clutter. I'm already cluttering up with these big colossal things that that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade. See, upgrade. I've been getting it ready. So I want to upgrade template first, and for that I'm going to need some basic drawers. Hey, what are you doing? Bring back that dirt. How do we do the basic drawers again? That's right. I need to. I knew I needed a stack of wood. So you just get that, basic drawer. Then, what is the upgrade again? With sticks and stuff. Yep, sticks. I've got 2 upgrade templates. Put those there. Now you've got, just for size, you have your different value. 2 times base value, 4 times, 8 times, 16 times, 32 times. Pretty huge. Now that'd be handy, wouldn't it? I never run out of space for all of my stuff, all of my terracotta. So I'm going to use that because I know I'm going to be using a lot of this basic terracotta. I'm going to be storing up a lot of it, and so then I just click on it. Nope. This is a tricky bit. Trying to remember. I think actually I need an empty hand. Yes. So sneak right click brings up this, shows me how much is in there, and all of these spaces for upgrades. You don't need to do them sort of iron, then this, then that, then that. You can put in anything you want and it will work. And as many as you want. You can put all just a whole bunch of iron upgrades if you wanted, or a whole bunch of is that, yeah, obsidian, which is pretty weak. Now if I look at it, I can put 1024 stacks of terracotta in there. That's that'll do me. So I'll just double right click and then I'll put every bit of terracotta in my inventory in there. Not what's in the backpack though, of course. So I can grab that out again. Now of course I'll only go with one of the terracotta types, because the others are totally different block IDs, so it won't take those. There we go. I now have 2,788 terracotta. I can put as heaps in there. I'm going to be a long time before I use it all up. At the moment I've got 43 stacks. As you see, all the little tooltip there, number 1 terracotta, 43 by 64 with 36 extra. Ta-da! So yeah, that's how to do that. So if you've got a similar problem of one particular resource, dirt or stone or whatever, then you can use that little function as well. I can only sleep at night. I thought it was night, but oh no, it's middle of the day. It's so dark with all that rain. So yep, play around with your excavate. If you remember that format where it had like the 5x5 grid, you're sort of hitting the center point. Just shows you how that works. So if you want to, like, so I've got here, sorry, I better get this to actually work. So if I did it here, it would take out these blocks as well. I don't really want to do that because that's underneath, that's my foundation. But if I start over here, you'll see it left it alone. Because it was looking for 5 with the block I was pointing at as the center. Got me? Right. That makes sense, doesn't it? So I'll continue to do this, and next episode we'll see what else I've got. Yeah, I'm up to. Cool. Thanks for watching.